Hey guys, I'm Thomas, aka MrWartburg, and this is the 31st episode of the MrWartburg Show. Today we're doing a part 2 of the RTX 2016 show that I did with Chris, Duran, and Jaron at our Airbnb. One of the things I wanted to touch on more than I did in that video was the impact of the RT community and why this RTX 2016 was the best of the 4 I've been to from 2013 on. And there's a lot of different, reasons for that. Stuff like running into Guardians I actually know, most of which were on the PA team, plus a couple others that I knew from outside of that, like ran into Aaron at the Kind of Funny panel. Didn't get a picture with him this year, which I was kind of bummed about. Last year, doing one at the Kind of Funny signing was awesome, but their signing sold out before I could get a ticket. Ran into Alex at the Funhouse thing, and I got a couple photos, and I'm probably going to put up the one. I'm going to edit the sign he's holding, because it didn't have anything on it at the time, so having some fun with that. Ran into... Literally from Alex, turned around and James was right there, and he was PAing for Matt Hullum at the Behemoth booth. Took some photos, and I guess they turned it into a bunch of memes in the Guardian chat, so that was cool. And then later that day was like, hey, not at Bar Olympics for a 2-second conversation like last year. Ran into Jen, tweeted her like, hey, we're coming here, be here. So we were able to talk for a few minutes, and then she had to go be busy because she's a co-head PA, of course, doing important shit. But the cherry on top for the RT community for me this year was the Oxford Comic Cafe meetup. If you don't know what the Oxford Comic Cafe is, it's a really awesome forum thread, probably the only consistently active use like a forum thread, or the biggest at least, on the Rooster Teeth website. And it's been going strong since before the site changeover. It actually is one of the few threads that bridged that gap, and has only actually grown bigger since the changeover, which is really, really cool to see. I don't post a ton anymore. I've gone into my lurk mode, but I still post, every now and then. And we've run the gamut of conversations for anything from anime all the way to like gun control and like all this other stuff. And the point is, it's a conversational discussion-based forum. And there are really, a couple big rules. Number one, have respect for the people you're discussing stuff with. No personal attacks, things like that. Don't take your ball and go home. That's not what it's about. Plus, have some respect for the English language. Text speak doesn't have to be perfect, but take the time to make sure you're thinking through the post and does this read like what I want to say? Because it is meant to be read. That's, the big thing. That's how it all came to be originally, from the ashes of the level 20 thread from way back when in the old site. So the Oxford Comic Cafe thing, this year we put together a little Skype call for Crofteria. She couldn't make it because, she's over in Sweden. So we about 5 o'clock on level 3 in the Austin Convention Center. Found a power outlet, brought the mixer, the 4 mics, got the laptop going, and the Wi-Fi held up great for the Skype video call. And for about 45 minutes there, we were just talking shit over Skype, and a bunch of people were walking by going like, oh fuck, are they doing a podcast on the floor? And I remember Josh Flanagan walking by just going, the fuck? Look, and it was hilarious. We pulled aside a couple cosplayers because she's a big cosplayer. We talked to a Ruby cosplayer who was really, really good. There was a Yang with a solid snake arm that walked by, and we were like, hey, it's Yang. And she's like, who's Yang? And I'm like, is she supposed to be a solid snake but dressed as Yang? I like this. And that went well. We went to Fido's about 7:30-ish, and they recapped our meetup, which was planned by Ratataskor. I don't know how to say your name officially. He very well directed the meetup. He had an awesome director cosplay. And he stayed in character for a very, very long time for that Skype call, which was really, really cool. And we took over, I want to say, 5-6 tables at Fido's, had about maybe a quarter of the patio to ourselves, and it was an absolute blast. We did a round of introductions once everybody got seated, and took a lot of photos and videos, and basically just mingled for a couple hours until I had to leave to do the TFT podcast with our crew. And from what I hear, they went a little bit longer until the band got really started up. That was out there at night. And all in all, I really had a shit ton of fun meeting people that I've talked to for now, over a year on the site consistently, and be able to put, faces to usernames and actually, know them in person, which is really, really cool. And I cannot wait for the next one. Hopefully we get one in before RTX 2017. If not, next year is going to be even more awesome, and I cannot wait for that to happen. So that is, I think, the best thing about RTX for me, let alone, all the panels and the merch and the things and the SGC and everything that goes on at RTX. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say. Definitely drop a like, hit subscribe, share the video, all that jazz, and I'll see you next week.